So we're back with another jam-packed mod list for Lethal Company, and some of them are pretty big ones, so sit back and enjoy the video. Starting with the first one, this mod is called the Sentinel mod, and it adds a brand new mechanical robot into Lethal Company. Since the introduction of version 50, mechas have since dropped into existence and became one of our worst enemies, and with this mod installed, it helps to expand on the robotic side even more. The robot model is kinda cool with finely detailed model space around it. However, it may just be a wee bit too tall, so clipping through top of door frames will be a thing. But if you are not bothered by it and just wanna have fun with its mechanics, luckily it is pretty decent overall. It patrols around the indoors only, and it sort of has a semi-passive temper it seems. At times it will simply ignore you and roam around, and at times it will engage you in combat when it sees you. It will fight you with its guns and shoot everything around it, plus it also charges at you, so make sure to get out of the way. It is not perfect though, as you can still clip through it at times, so I hope they fix this as it is still a pretty new mod. Now the mod description also states that it dances to the boombox as well, so maybe placing it down somewhere to distract it is a good idea instead of facing it head on. Overall, not a perfect enemy mod, but at least it's decent enough to have fun with it. Also, glad that we get to see more newer monster mods that pop up recently. This mod requires everyone to install it for it to work. And for the next mod on the list, this is the Dimming Flashlights mod. It is a very simple mod that adds more immersion into Lethal Company if you're looking for ways to do exactly just that. We all know that the game can be a little arcadey at times, so if you want to make the experience better, installing this mod will make the flashlight's light get dimmer the lower the battery is. Not only does this instill more fear into your run, but it forces smarter planning of your scrap runs and strategic planning for your next adventure, while making it like a true horror-like experience. This mod is a client-sided mod, so it only works for you, but if you want others to see this mod in effect on other players as well, they will need to install it on their end too. And now for a very detailed mod. This is the Malfunctions mod in Lethal Company, and it adds random malfunctions to the ship, which intends to improve the core game loop with interesting new events. Now this mod is pretty detailed as shown on the mod's website, but I'll try to explain most of the important parts of this mod if you decide to get it. So the general idea with this mod is that the longer you and your team goes on a scrap run, the higher chance for a malfunction to happen to your ship. However, not only is time a deciding factor of a malfunction appearance, but penalties as well. For example, if you don't recover dead bodies from your scrap run, the chance of a malfunction to appear will simply double. This incentivizes your group to play as a team, which increases immersive decision as well. Now in terms of malfunctions, there are about 6 malfunctions you may encounter during your run. These malfunctions are as follows. The first one is the route table offset malfunction. It is a navigation malfunction, and it appears after the ship goes back into orbit. This malfunction overrides all routing commands and steers the ship to any random moon at no cost. Do note that no information about the moon or the weather is given to the players, forcing them to possibly go on a tough expedition. You cannot pick other moons until the ship leaves the rerouted planet. Now for the second malfunction, it is an atomic misalignment. This is a teleporter malfunction and causes teleporters to become temporarily disabled during any expedition. It has a high chance of happening after landing, but it can also happen during any random moment. A warning will be given to all players if it happens. The third malfunction is called the electromagnetic disturbance. This is a communication malfunction which causes the communication and map systems to fail during your expedition. Teleporters are still functional, but target players at random, so be careful. Walkie-talkies will not work anymore, and the ship's terminal and map displays will get disabled as well. Now for the fourth malfunction, this is the Crackdown protocol. This is a door malfunction which causes the ship into a lockdown whereby the doors remain closed until 10 PM. The malfunction triggers randomly over the course of a day if it's active. Again, a warning is given to players when triggered. So if you are simply outside of the ship, you have to wait until 10 PM to get back in. Or if you are stuck in the ship during this malfunction, well, you are stuck until at least 10 PM. Now up next, this is the hydraulics jam malfunction, which is the 5th possible malfunction. It is a level malfunction which causes the ship to broadcast a message stating that the manual hydraulics is about to fail, blocking the lever at certain time until the autopilot takes off. This malfunction triggers between 12 to 4 PM, but gives the player a 3-hour head start so they can decide on whether to leave earlier or stay back until the end. Now the 6th malfunction is the worst one so far, which is called the core surge. It is a power malfunction and causes the ship to lose all its power and primary systems. This means that batteries cannot be recharged anymore, doors cannot be closed, maps cannot be used, players can't be teleported, and the terminal remains disabled. Plus, taking off manually might not be possible anymore, which makes the autopilot being the last remaining option. No warning will be given with this malfunction, and the only way to restore power back is to simply go back into orbit. So that is all of the malfunction and key things you need to know about this mod. If you want to see more, like the malfunction's probabilities and malfunction possible days, you can check the spoiler section on the mod's website. This mod requires everyone to install it for it to work. Up next, this is the Moom Sweat mod. This mod adds in 2 new enemies into Lethal Company through this one mod download alone. The first one is called the Cleaning Drone, and the second one is called the Mobile Turret. Starting off with the Cleaning Drone, this enemy emits a smoke-like effect around it while it is roaming around the facility. It is not an enemy where it chases you or anything, as it will just mind its own business, moving around doing its own thing. However, it is advisable for you to still move away from it, as the smoke is actually a chemical which works like the TZP inhalant, which means that going into the smokes and staying in it for too long will give hearing high-pitched voices, heavy visual and auditory impairment, slippery controls, and screen disorientation/dizzy-like effects. These are not killable as well, so shooting or hitting it will not do anything except emitting chemicals. Now for the Mobile Turret on the other hand, this machine is supposed to work like a turret that moves around with longer range but lesser damage. However, I can't seem to get it to move or shoot even after hitting it a few times, so if this is a bug, I hope it is fixed, as this mod is still pretty new as well. Well, either that or I'm doing something terribly wrong, so let me know down in the comment section if that's the case. But yeah, even with me facing an issue with the Mobile Turret, the Cleaning Drone is still a worthy mention on this list, which is why it is still a pretty decent enemy mod to download. We don't usually get to see mods that adds more than one enemy anyway, so I highly appreciate this mod itself. This mod requires everyone to install it for it to work. And for the next mod, this is the Meme Soundboard mod, and it is a fun new addition to be added into Lethal Company. This is a simple mod that adds in a soundboard that can be purchased from the shop and be used to play back some meme sounds just for fun. Depending on your taste and your meme tolerance, you may love some of these sounds included, such as the Vine boom sound, the Taco Bell, the siren, the violin screech, the Wilhelm scream, the awe snoring sound, the reverb fart, the horn from SpongeBob, the bow from SpongeBob, the ghost, the Inception, the Five Nights at Freddy 1 jump scare, the metal pipe, the what the hell bro, and of course the yippee. You can even add your own personal meme sound in it if you want to. Just follow the instructions on the mod website and you're good to go. This mod requires everyone in your server to install it for it to work.